The little girl tugged on her father's sleeve as they walked across the quiet ranch yard, the evening breeze carrying the soft scent of hay. "Dad, the nanny keeps staring at you," she whispered, her voice innocent but filled with curiosity. The widowed rancher paused, his boots settling into the dust as he looked toward the porch. And that's when he realized something he had been too tired, too lonely, and too heartbroken to see. Sometimes, kindness looks at us long before we recognize it. Sometimes, it waits patiently, hoping we'll look back. Before we get into this emotional story, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment to support the channel, Kindness Journey. Your engagement helps us share more heart-touching stories that remind us of the good still left in the world. Narrator Samuel Blake had lived on his ranch for 15 years. The land had seen seasons of abundance and seasons of struggle, but the hardest season of all had been the one after his wife, Laura, passed away. It had been almost 3 years now, but grief has a way of stretching time, making every sunrise feel heavier than it should. Samuel worked sunrise to sunset, not because he needed to, but because busy hands made a quiet heart easier to bear. His daughter, Emma, was 7. Bright, funny, always asking questions about everything. She had her mother's eyes, a soft blue that seemed to glow with curiosity. Emma was the only reason Samuel kept going some days. But one person couldn't carry everything alone, and eventually, he hired a nanny, someone who could help Emma with homework, meals, and the gentle emotional support she needed. Her name was Lily, 28, calm, soft-spoken, and a little shy. She wasn't from the area, she'd moved from 2 states away, looking for a quieter life. Samuel hired her because she seemed responsible, patient, and kind. He never imagined she would become something more in his daughter's life, and eventually, in his own. At first, Lily kept to herself. She cooked, she cleaned, she helped Emma with reading and math, and she stayed out of Samuel's way. She respected his grief, understood it in the way only someone who had known loss could. And though she never said much about her past, Samuel sensed that she carried her own quiet shadows. Days passed into weeks. The ranch found a gentle rhythm again. Emma laughed more. She played more. She asked deeper questions. She drew colorful pictures and taped them onto the fridge. Samuel noticed all these changes, but he never connected them to Lily. In his mind, she was just doing her job. Until that one evening, when Emma leaned close and whispered, "Dad, the nanny keeps staring at you." Samuel felt a strange jolt in his chest. Not because he was flattered, but because her words forced him to see something he had unknowingly ignored. He followed Emma's gaze. And there, standing on the porch with a folded blanket in her arms, was Lily, her eyes soft, warm, and quietly searching. Not intruding. Not expecting. Just watching. Watching him the way someone watches a person they care about, hoping they're okay. He didn't know what to do with that. Later that night, after Emma was asleep, Samuel stepped outside to breathe in the cool air. He found Lily sitting on the porch steps, the same quiet expression on her face. "You all right?" he asked, adjusting his hat. She nodded. "Just thinking." "About what?" Lily hesitated. "About how strong you are." Samuel let out a breathy laugh. "I'm not strong. Just stubborn." "That's a kind of strength too," she replied gently. It was the first real conversation they'd had. Over the next few days, Samuel found himself paying more attention. He noticed the way Lily always made Emma's favorite breakfast on hard mornings. The way she stayed later than she had to when the ranch chores ran long. The way she left little notes on the counter reminding him to drink water or rest. The way she gently covered him with a blanket when he fell asleep in the chair after a long day. Kindness had been moving around him quietly, like a soft wind he never bothered to feel. One afternoon, a sudden storm rolled over the ranch. Samuel rushed outside to secure the horses and equipment while rain hammered against the roof. When he came back drenched, shivering and exhausted, Lily was standing by the door with a towel. She didn't say anything, she simply wrapped it around his shoulders with the same care a person reserves for someone they value deeply. Her hands lingered for a moment, and Samuel felt something he hadn't felt in years: warmth. Comfort. Safety. He didn't pull away. Another day, when Emma scraped her knee while running outside, it was Lily who lifted her into her arms, whispering soothing words. Samuel watched as Emma leaned into her like she trusted her completely. It struck him then, Lily wasn't just helping raise his daughter. She was helping rebuild her heart. And maybe, his too. Still, Samuel didn't act on anything. Not yet. He wasn't sure he deserved happiness again. Not after losing Laura. Not after promising himself he would never love anyone else. But life has a gentle way of nudging hearts that are ready to heal. One evening, after Emma had gone to bed, Samuel found Lily placing dishes away in the kitchen. The room was warm, soft yellow light glowing across the counters. "Lily," he said quietly. She turned. "Yes? Did you mean to stare at me the other day?" Her face flushed. Emma noticed. "Huh?" She did. Lily looked down at her hands. "I wasn't staring. I was worried. You carry so much on your shoulders. I just wanted to make sure you were okay." "And why's that?" Samuel asked, his voice gentle. "Because you're a good man," she whispered. "And good people deserve someone looking out for them too." The simplicity of her words broke something open inside him. He hadn't realized how much he needed to hear that. How much he needed kindness, not the loud, dramatic kind, but the quiet, patient kind that waits at the door with a blanket, that listens, that cares without asking for anything in return. Samuel stepped closer. "Lily, thank you." "For what?" "For helping me remember what kindness feels like." Tears welled in her eyes, but she smiled. A small, hopeful smile. The days that followed were brighter. Easier. Samuel found himself talking more, laughing more, allowing himself to hope again. And Lily, she blossomed too, becoming a part of their lives in a way that felt natural, peaceful, and right. Emma noticed it first. She ran up to her dad one morning and said, "Dad, you smile more when Lily's around." And Samuel realized his daughter might be wiser than both of them. In the end, Samuel learned something powerful: kindness isn't always loud or dramatic. Sometimes it's found in the quiet company of someone who cares. Someone who stays. Someone who sees your broken pieces and gently helps you piece them back together. And as Samuel watched Emma and Lily laughing together on the porch one golden evening, he knew one thing for certain: kindness had brought more than healing into their lives. It had brought hope. It had brought love. And it had reminded him that even after loss, life can still give back beautiful things. Narrator. So wherever you are, and whatever you're carrying, remember this. Kindness has the power to rebuild hearts, restore hope, and rewrite stories. Let kindness lead you. Let it heal you. And let it guide you toward the people who are meant to walk beside you.